Welcome everyone, TheDailyWoo here. Today's adventure begins in Park City, Utah, right here on their main street. I have acquired a piping hot caffeinated beverage from an independent coffee place by the name of Atticus. Yes, the Atticus that you might be thinking of, Atticus Finch. There are photos of Gregory Peck in there. This is a quaint little community. I'm inviting you to join me as I depart from Utah and head into Colorado today. Here, I'm back on the road. I mean, I've been on the road. I've been gone for, this is day 51 out of Celebration, Florida, but I have been doing some centralized stuff around the Salt Lake City area. And now I'm leaving Utah. Join me. That's warm. Shall you? I also added on these stickers. They were $1 each, so $2 onto the price of my vanilla latte. Decided not to get hazelnut today, got vanilla as the recording of this Wednesday, June 15th, 2022. There's a ski lift up there. A lot of skiing around here in the winter times. Right now, no skiing. And running parallel right behind some of the buildings on their main street is this very scenic, beautiful sounding brook. Crossing over that little bridge is Shoe Tree Park. I don't know if I've ever seen this many dandelions in one little area. Look at all of these. There's like hundreds, if not thousands of them. Not seeing any shoes yet, but I am seeing a lot of these. Okay, here they are. Got some boots up there, some tennis shoes, quite an assortment. Like there's maybe 6 or 7 trees full of these from the limbs. You hear the traffic going by. The thoroughfare that runs beside their main street here in Park City. A very quaint community. I really like the downtown of it, where the coffee shop was and where I ended up parking. Yeah, they don't call this the Shoe Tree area the Shoe Tree Trail for no reason, because there are a lot of shoes up in these branches. I would imagine people come down here and want to be part of the tradition to throw the shoes up there. I am not going to throw my shoes on there because I'm wearing them. But if I had an extra pair that I could toss up there, I would. Now, launching them from the side of the road up there would take a real skill. From down here, it'd be a little easier. But if you were standing up there on the road, you hear the traffic going by, that would take some real skill to get them like hooked on the branches there. A very cute downtown and not too busy in the mornings. As a recording of this is Wednesday, not too many people down here. Not a real beehive of activity during the day. Oh, there's just a bear. Franz the bear. It says right there on the side of the bench. It says Franz, F-R-A-N-Z the bear, dated October of 2000. What do you say? Oh, this Franz the bear has a butterfly on his paw. Hello, Franz the bear. And it might be mellow crowd-wise down here because it's 10:30 a.m. at the moment, but the place I parked was free parking up until 4 p.m. and then they start to charge. So I would guess, just using that as a little inclination, that possibly, I'm getting distracted by this hat-wearing moose, that's when a lot of people come out, probably for dinner and whatnot. You see the clock up there on the side of the wall at the Gateway Center stating 10:23, just shy of 10:30 a.m. I got a lot of road to travel, a lot of road to cover today, Moose. Not only a fancy hat, but also a sweet smile and boots. Dressed accordingly for the mountainous regions. I love it. Continued my commute about 30 miles or so from where I just was, and I noticed this old train station, what appears to be an old train station off the side here. So I wanted to show it in great detail, not just the station itself, but this really fantastic mural here on the side. This was placed here, or finished back in September of 2020. You got some mountain bikers there. You got a guy fishing with he's gonna have quite the fish story, because this fish is about 3/4 the height of himself. Got some hot air balloons up top. It's about 58 degrees at the moment. Got a train going behind the fishermen there. Nice little breeze. Nice travel day. And at my current elevation, there's no snow, but up in those snow-peaked mountains, it's a little icy. Now, I will be crossing over the state line relatively soon into Colorado. It will be going through some mountains, so it's going to be interesting to see if I'm going to hit any snow, if I'm going to get up high enough. And speaking of railroad, just a few miles away here in town, Heber Valley, is their railroad station with some classic old-timey looking trains. Love it. Now that is quite the classic alert. Right there parked in this yard. Look at that. That's a relic. Right here in someone's yard. A little antique. Found a little pull-off here with this body of water, which is the Strawberry Reservoir, named after a strawberry. Or given the name strawberry. Possibly not named after a strawberry, but it bears the name of the strawberry. They're doing a little construction down there too. Some heavy equipment. Taking the scenic route today. Gonna be a lot of beautiful scenery on this road. Very windy over here. Look at this flag. It's on like a piece of PVC pipe. It's kind of bending in the breeze. And there's one of the Sinclair dinos over there. It's a little dinosaur. Their mascot. And a cattle truck just went by. Continued on a bit, and now looking at the water tower here in Duchesne City. If I read it correctly from here. It's kind of a unusual type of water tower up there on the side of that hill. Home of Al's Food Town. I like the way Al's spells the S with a money sign with a slash through it. You can save money slashing dollars at Al's Food Town. Kind of looks like the Proplex building there is the old movie theater. Revamped into a store. There's also a Napa Auto Parts next to it. That looked like it would have been the town theater at one point, where the marquee would have been. This Kohl's sign is awesome too. How retro is that? Kohl's established 1912. It's a hardware, automotive, and sporting goods store. Nice old neon here. Cowan's Cafe. That relic of the past. Love the design. Almost like a boomerang. These mechanisms always remind me of like a dinosaur skeleton. Really, it's just a sprinkler. The water's not on, but it's a sprinkler to water the fields. But it gives me the vibes of a dinosaur. There's another one out there. See it from a different angle. Dinosaur-like. Passing through the community of Myton, M-Y-T-O-N, and I'm noticing this is something you don't see too often. These merry-go-rounds. Every once in a while you'll see one of those that still exists. But they're rare these days. This is the downtown area. Zip code 84052. And there's a bell right here and a dog walking around in the yard next to it. Some information about the bell. Erected in 1973. Boy, it is quiet down here on the corner of 100 East and Main. At this moment, the museum is not open, but they do have one. It's really one of the few only buildings that are down here on Main Street. No horses or motorized vehicles in this park. Sydney, beloved son of Matilda and junkyard dog, namesake of a three-legged dog saloon, friend and companion. Right here beside the museum. Look at this log cabin back here around the corner too. Be pretty neat to live in a small town like this. Be very peaceful. Country living almost. A few old trucks in that yard over there. This would be the bandstand. Was not expecting to see some alien artwork on the stage, however. Out of this world. Okay, that's an interesting object right there. Almost hypnotizing in a way. Very hypnotizing. It's active. This is the town of Roosevelt. In fact, I'm seeing Roosevelt and a logging truck through downtown. It's a little toasty, if that is the correct Fahrenheit. It's a little warm out here, almost 90. Do what you can with what you have and where you are. Theodore Roosevelt. This artistic rendering here, the community of Roosevelt. There's an old theater up here, Marquee, which is kind of a Wheel of Fortune moment. You have to try to figure out what it says. Something Hustle R. Hustle R? Oh, Hustle rated R. Okay, that wasn't too difficult. This old Marquee. There is a Constitution Park and also an old city park and a swimming pool here in town and a library. You can get your eyelashes permed. You get an eyelash perm. This area is Central Park, this municipal building. They keep their ambulance in the garage adjacent to the municipal building. It says right there, Roosevelt Ambulance in that garage. This is around the corner from a closed up shop just down the way from where I just was. But I wanted to point out this mural, which is pretty awesome. Painted on the side. Evidently was here when the shop was open and still remains now that the store is closed. I think that might be a bunny rabbit. And then a flower here on this corner. Got the peace pipe there, I believe. Do not climb, stand, or sit on the chief. This thing's pretty big. Probably 15, 20 feet tall, maybe 15, let's say 15 feet tall, give or take. Coffee shop behind him. See if there's anything inside the pipe. No, doesn't look like it. Nothing inside the pipe. Big dinosaur right there. A rather large dino off the side of the road. You can really see the comparison with all the vehicles going by. Just the height of this thing. Big dino. Like the dino's eyes are light bulbs. Very tall. Very, very tall. I like this. I like anything off the side of the road that's quirky and odd. And this classifies in that category. Just saying hello to all the passerby traffic going through town. I do love a good theater marquee. Doesn't look like this is used for movies anymore. Now for summer workshops. But look at this. Vernal or Vernal. Oh, that's beautiful. That old neon, little retro looking. Seen some years. Some memories gone underneath that marquee and into that movie theater. They really do embrace the dinos in this town. Look at this one. And then over here against that wall is a painting of a dino. And then another painting. Here's a T-Rex chasing the other smaller dinos. Like, this one looks terrified. Look how scared that one looks. And that one over there looks a little petrified too. This one here though is just kind of smiling. Got a little smirk on this dino's face. Look at that. This is right next to the theater. So you just turn the corner from this T-Rex, and then you got the marquee. This is called the curtain call. And there's a dino up there too. Right there, you can see the silhouette of that dino. Now that artwork is something out of the Flintstones. Oh, I didn't even notice there's a guy standing in front of that piece. I didn't even realize there's a guy standing in front of that piece of artwork right now. But instead of Fred Flintstone driving that vehicle, a dinosaur is. A couple more looming over there. Another T-Rex just looming over that fence line. It's like Dino Central. Now heading out of town from the other end, this is the welcome sign coming from the opposite way. It's a big pink dino holding something that says Utah's Dinosaur Land. This town really embraces their dinos. Every time I see a car like this, classic car alert, every time I see one that has horns on the front of it, I think of Boss Hogg from Dukes of Hazzard. His car, kind of similar to this one, but it had horns on the hood also. You just see this bad boy parked in front of the boar's nest. A little further down the road, underneath this sign called Donnie's in Jensen, Utah, is another dino. This one appears to be a lot older. This is more of a relic. Yeah, that's an old roadside relic. Had to get out of my car and take a look at this one. Kind of cracked up the belly there. And the hands are kind of exposing the metal. Got the rusted out teeth. The snout is kind of falling in and caving in. Eyes have been removed. Right next to this food truck. The mountains off in the distance. All right, got some bulls over here in the shade. Just enjoying the day. Got their horns. Quite a few of them. That one's drinking a little water. All right, see you later, bulls. Gonna take a nap? Yeah, I don't blame you. No? Oh, licking your shoulder. I can't lick my shoulder. You can lick your shoulder, Big the Foot? You know, I just kind of tried. I think I probably can lick my shoulder. It's just not something I normally do. Not something you really think about. The state line of colorful Colorado. There is a Dinosaur, Colorado. Who knew? Imagine living in the town of Dinosaur. Like, where do you live? Oh, I live in a dinosaur. I mean, I live in the dinosaur. I live in Dinosaur, Colorado. That'd be pretty awesome. Appears to be the fire truck. Well, a former fire truck is right here behind this glass encasing. And over here is an old motel that has since closed. Some shells of it. It's really tough to see with the glare on the window. It says I am a 1938 1.5 ton Dodge fire truck. Yeah, a lot of glare on this glass. Standing over there by the road are 2 more dinos that are blocked off by like some wooden posts and stanchions. Guess they don't want anybody getting close to those 2. Don't know the backstory on that. You know, when I left this morning, started traversing to my destination for the evening, didn't know what I was going to see. Did not know I was going to see this many prehistoric creatures. But I am not complaining. is beautiful out here. I am enjoying this drive. Big the foot cam. Be hard to walk across that pipe because they got that other metal piece above it. Probably why it's put there. Don't balance on that pipe. Definitely not a lot of traffic out here. It's not rush hour. Just moving right along at my own pace. Taking my time, enjoying the scenery. That is a couple big piles of tires. There's a lot of tires sitting there. Some tires. Here on this waterway, the current's running pretty good, pretty strong through there. Kind of just rippling right along. Also underneath that bridge. Got a little rapids going on. Both spots. Wind is picking up. Now that's a newer bridge, but there's an original bridge right here. As I was driving over the other one, I noticed this one off to the side, so I pulled over. Check it out. I always like these. These old metal bridges. Could have been a railroad bridge at one time, maybe not for traffic. Tough to tell. Well, I'm gonna say no because over there the railroad runs a different direction. So it kind of crosses like a T. So this probably was a regular bridge for cars. The name of this town is Silt, S-I-L-T. There's a non-moving Union Pacific train over here. I'm going to stop for the evening in a town by the name of Glenwood Springs, or a city named Glenwood Springs. Got a hotel right here along the river. Those mountains kind of obscured by the foliage. Oh, there's a couple birds. They just flew off. Covered a lot of ground today. A lot of it was just nature and scenic stuff, more than finding any amazing relics of the past, but I found a few. I saw a lot of dinosaurs. Tomorrow, heading into Denver, Colorado from here. We're going into Denver tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. There's tree limbs all around me. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over. These mountains really are beautiful. A lot more greenery on them than I was expecting. Dang, that would be a lot of fun. Taking a raft down the river. That would be a lot of fun. Is that an owl? I don't see it, but I hear it.